Greetings, fellow adventurers. Hope you all are doing well. Oh my god, I really miss playing our tabletop RPG session, the Immortal Syndicate. So we did not have gameplay last Saturday because of the Independence Day weekend down in the States, and up here in Canada we had Canada Day here on Thursday, July 1st. So we didn't have any gameplay last weekend. So definitely itching to get started later tonight at 4:15 p.m. PST. Hope you all are able to join us and follow our adventures as we start another week in chapter one. So yeah, this is going to be a really quick recap of the last two episodes. Episode 13, uh, 13, which is the mystery of the maiden that we found during our adventures at the Forgotten Temple. Uh, you can check out the full video of that in the descriptions. And 2 weeks ago, episode 14, Welcome Home, Jade, where we made we pushed forward after completing our quest at the village of Elsgard and moving on to other cities that are experiencing the same blight, the same threat that we managed to help push back at Elsgard. So we made it. Our next mission was to find this. I believe it was a sage that knew more about this maiden, her history. That hopefully we have more answers in the next city, which is episode 14, which is titled "Welcome Home, Jade," because this is Jade's birth town. So this is where he was born, where he grew up for for 18 years before venturing out to follow his master and become a full-fledged monk. So though his class is a monk, in technicality he is not a full-fledged monk. He's kind of like moved on to the next stage, which is like uh, like a teacher, but a student, but also a student who has enough experience to lead new and upcoming students or potential students in the monastery. So that's the stage where he left off before leaving to find his master, who wasn't there during his, I guess you could say, ceremony or his graduation to become a student teacher. So that is basically a little backstory there. But without further ado, yeah, we have a session later tonight, episode 15. Uh, I have new work commissioned by my artist, Jeremy, which he created this one for me, second one. So it's a little bit more action, more animated, where he's either throwing a potion or positive energy bomb to heal his companions. This is the first work that Jeremy did for me, as you can see there, and I used it for my character sheet, which a lot has not changed since the last two sessions were more of RP role playing sessions than actual combat and gaining experience. So there's not a lot of changes in our stats for myself, for Yuna, who has a new character image. So I'll have to ask her permission for that. And Evie, they are all still the same. And I'm using this new character art for my thumbnail. So if you are on the YouTube, you can see right there what it looks like. So I kind of changed it up with the the dice there, and there's one there in his other hand. So hope you like that one. So I'm gonna probably be using this for the next session. So we are having episode 15 coming up later today at 4:15 p.m. PST. There'll probably be a lot of noise here because this week is my wife's birthday. So her birthday just passed, but then obviously the party it will be happening this weekend, and it's going to be a really small one. It's just going to be her one of her siblings and their family. They're just keeping it small and just keeping everyone safe. So yeah, it's just going to be a really small birthday party here. But obviously, it is going to overlap with my D&D night. So obviously, you know what priorities are D&D. So so yeah, we did celebrate last yesterday. Uh, on her birthday with a lot of chicken overload. So there's gonna be a little bit noise in the background. I'll be pushed to talk on my on the live session. I'll be a little bit mute on my mic here, so you guys don't get too much feedback. You guys are probably having a feedback already because of the highway in front of my house. So apologize for that, but yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of session going on. Just a little update that there are two groups, our group and another group that's playing this campaign. We're kind of I don't know if you can say beta or probably the term is alpha testers. So this campaign, the system that it runs on under, which has been retitled the Unbound system, which is, I mean, it's my only first system, but compared to what I've heard and compared to a lot of uh, live streamers that I follow, I really love the system. It doesn't really give you a lot of restrictions. I mean, there's still skill sets that the rules that won't make you too overpowered at the start, just to keep it fair and whatnot. But at the same time, if you can think of it and you can put it together, then you know that's why the title of the system is Unbound. So gotta give props to my GM Lexxo and his team of GMs that are putting this together. And we had, like I said, two other uh, my team and another team that are testing the system. So it's kind of both spectrum where the system needs to be easy enough for uh, a new group beginners to in the realm of tabletop RPG to pick it up. So which is my group, and this is, like I said, this is my first and only system, my only experience to tabletop RPG. I never played the 5e edition, Pathfinders, and which are the popular ones, than all the other systems that are out there. So it's kind of biased that uh, to say this is the best system. the other ones, but from my teammates who have played it and some feedback, they love the system a lot. So that is what I'm going under, and yeah, I enjoy it too. I mean, like I said, I need to have a little bit more experience with magic use, so that's why my character here, Jade, I didn't even realize I left it on the screen. My character Jade Wind is just pure, just a fighter, and also at the same time he specializes in alchemy and herbalism. So obviously, you guys can see the potions, the bombs that he throw to during combat. So so that's kind of like the mix of my character. So can't really say he's a pure monk, and he's just a combination in between. So yeah, that's what I like about this. That I was more in time for the monk, but then I got sold on the bomber aspect of it. So I kind of combined the two, and obviously, it it helps if your characters specifically focus on one branch. But my character is more of a support and has become the medic of the team. So that's where I can help out, and kind of my primary focus on our combat is just keeping my three teammates of Evie, Yuna, and Quintus alive to do their thing and cause the damage for the group. But since my bomber class has been reworked, had a new update 2 weeks ago. Oh, yeah. Let's just say I'm really happy. I'm just hoping that I'm able to use it before I feel like it's really gonna get nerfed, because yeah, it's the re the rewarding of the bomber class has really beefed it up. So yeah, I'm just hoping to use it, because the last two episodes was more of a RP session, figuring out what our next move, where we can proceed. So hopefully we're able to do that later tonight. So kind of like other updates to mention about also is that I was able to finally experience the other group, which is a group of veterans who played multiple systems, who played for many years, and who are putting the Unbound system uh, through the works, stretching its boundaries, stretching its limit to, and obviously probably the reason why the bomber class has been reworked, because yeah, it was really tough to do a lot of damage. It was really tough to utilize such limited bombs for uh, pers- uh, for the lower ranks, because I only had four bombs at my disposal for like the last 13 to 14 episodes. So it really happy, really uh, four bombs to start with extra. So I only had like six bombs to work for. Now with the new update and then ranking up to journeyman rank. I have 16 now, so I'm definitely, yeah, I am happy. Just I'm hoping to utilize it before it gets nerfed. So, but yeah, I mean the other group I witnessed for the first time, and I also feel really bad at the same time, because unfortunately my first experience with them, watching them, just watching on on their one of the player's Twitch account. Unfortunately, it's not official, but it is really looking like TPK, short for Total Party Kill, which my team also experienced back in January, near the beginning of March. So for me, I had 8 weeks on the first campaign, and we just had into a situation that was that really turned good to worse really quickly, and the second group basically had the same experience, not the same part of the storyline, but basically some flaws in their characters really, and some roles really turned really bad for them. That unfortunately it's looking bad. I'm not sure if they played it out last night or they ended and hopefully uh, continue on their upcoming section. But yeah, it's really not fun to see a character, and like I said, they're kind of behind us in the storyline, and unfortunately, they're going to be even further back now if it does become officially TPK. That yeah, um, they will have to start from the very beginning of the prologue again, as I think GM Lexxo has mentioned. So unfortunate that a couple roles turned the situation really bad. But I mean that's why we play this game, for not only just to make it easy, but to also challenge us and be really conscious about our decisions and uh, how we play our characters and how we interact with our fellow teammates. So, unfortunately, yeah, it's not looking. It wasn't looking really great last night. So I did not stayed on the channel to watch, because obviously the atmosphere was turned to fun, turned to all the emotions in between, to it was really sounding really dark, and people were already talking about new characters and preparing new characters for next I believe next week. So I didn't know if they continued to play it, because it was already 6 hours in before the situation got really bad, and they were looking really. The characters were all already fatigued through the ordeal. That yeah, they don't know if they. I didn't. I don't know if they continue on, but yeah, yeah. So hopefully, they will continue forward, because it is an amazing story that the Unbound team has put together. The system, which is continuing to be worked on. They dedicate so many hours towards this, and I give props to them for putting countless hours in, and hopefully getting it up for a Kickstarter. And I'm thinking it's near the end of August or the beginning of next year that they're going to put this together, which I'm so happy to support. Not through time, because obviously my time is limited, but hopefully help them financially on their crowdfunding campaigns. So hopefully I'll probably be able to send those links to you. So apologize for my rambling. We'll go really quickly through episode 13. It's not going to be the long ones that I've been doing in the past. Basically, I'm going to do a really quick recap uh, in each one, and hopefully. And yeah, I'm trying to remember as much, but yeah, I don't want to really do the hour long session to recap a 5 hour long session. I want to probably do it less than 30 minutes, just do little clips here and there to get the story, get through the story. So basically, here we'll break down episode 13, the mystery of the maiden. So episode 12, we I believe we had our final epic boss battle of the prologue, right? Yeah, I believe that's yeah. We had a battle, so this is where we kind of left off here. We had a mystery woman that came out of the ooze that was has encapsulated her iron maiden that has imprisoned her, and we took her unconscious body back to the village of Elsgard. I think it was, I believe, kind of like a maybe not a 2 week travel back, but yeah, let's just say that travel between the Forgotten Temple and the village almost became a TPK for our entire group. So it's like we're almost finishing the prologue, heading into chapter 1, and we almost got killed. Not even reaching chapter 1, so which was so insane. And it wasn't even a boss battle. It was the same thing that happened to the second group last night. It was kind of like a harvest check where we were trying to harvest a material that may fetch a higher price on the market, and it ended up kind of becoming let's just say an atomic bomb. It was kind of like called a fire bush or a moss. But apparently, if really not if oops if not done correctly, and the amber of this is exposed to the air, it it will explode. And obviously, it's not by itself. I believe we rolled five of them, so they were pretty much close proximity of each other that it it garnered a second GM or one of the developers of the system to come in to just say to calculate the formula of this damage. So let's just say that, oh my goodness, let me bring this. I calculated what could have been the destruction of our entire party, or at least two members of it. So at least we probably wouldn't have started from the beginning. But let's say four things would have. Hopefully, I still kept the picture here. All right, let's see if I can. I'll have to move this. All right, let me move this. Hopefully, there we go. So, so there were four things in four damage that my character and Quintus, who were the closest to from the blast radius, was that the first one was we had our con smite just melted away from our body. So from my 75, it went down to 65 already. So that was the first damage. And I believe the last one of the other three was the fire damage, which if we had the roll, the max roll would have been 127, but we were lucky that the max roll was 127, but we rolled 67, And for luckily for us also, we made our body save, which was huge already. So I took half of that. Okay, so that's now that's 30 32 left on my max. The next one was, I believe, sharpnel damage. So that the max roll of that was 108, and the roll that the Lexxo did was 70. So I took max half of that. So I was already unconscious at this point. So I couldn't heal myself. Obviously, it all happened really fast. So the last one, I believe, was debris falling from the blast radius. So the max roll of that was 72, and he rolled just half of that, which was 17. So I had unconscious plus 29 left. Uh, that would force me to be dead. So I only had, oh my goodness, nine uh, uh, kind of like hit points, undead unconscious points or whatever constitution points left, which could have been really me rolling a new character. I wouldn't have been able to use this anymore, and I definitely that was the same week that I was I had this commission. I probably would have had one of my three other characters commissioned instead of this. So that even though how much uh, defense hit points I put into Jade Wind, that happened in a blink of an eye. Obviously, like you guys see an explosion. Obviously, that there's no running away from it. I mean, you can see it from miles away, and hopefully, and see the radius increase and get closer to you. But if you are close to ground zero, yeah, it there's no running away from that. So you can see how my 75 hit points just basically went -9. So that yeah that was kind of a face palm moment for all of us, and at the same time it was all laps that turned around and became, yeah, like what WTF moment. I can't believe we're dying from this, right? So luckily the other two ladies, other two teammates of Yuna and Evie were, I think, 200 feet out, but they still had to make body save from the shock wave of the explosions. So, yeah, man, yeah. So I could really feel it for the veteran group. Of you know it takes time to put their characters together. This is just basically a life lesson in general. It's like, you can't really go for gold or take huge risks without the experience of it, and really not developing you know s- um, developing yourself, developing your character over time. So really, if they had, I mean, like I said, we just hit journeyman rank, and I believe they're uh, a few some experience points behind us. So we had the same idea with the same situation, but at the same time did we waited it out, and because we had the center who was unconscious with us, that we prioritize over um, trying to harvest uh, um, the material at its peak. So So yeah, I mean that's the thing. If you're at the beginning of your journey, just take it slow, chip away at it, and once you gain the experience, the knowledge, and the confidence, then obviously, yeah, you can take a little bit bigger risks for bigger rewards. So, but obviously, yeah, since it's yeah, I mean, I don't know what the results happen, but yeah, it was really a tough time. You put in weeks into your character, and then having to start all over again. So, but yeah, we're already 30 minutes in from complete rambling. So I'll just go back in a quick one. So yeah, basically we found her. We brought her after the harvest check. We went straight to the village. We gave our report to the village elders. Celia asked about the I believe there was a marking on the Iron Maiden. Yeah, because I gotta remember. I have to rewatch this, but obviously, yeah. And if which Sylvia kind of heard about and probably knew someone with more experience with this, so that's why she commissioned us to uh, find this person for for those answers. And basically she had a feeling the person was on the mainland. So this entire prologue happened on the island of Eternal Light, and which is, like I said, where my character Jade and also KitKat's character Yuna were born and raised from. And she commissioned us to go to the port city of Tyr, which is Jade's birth town, to find a way to get off the island. So, but unfortunately, there seems to be a virus, hence, I think no relations to obviously what the COVID-19 that we're going through, because this system was being developed for over 2+ years. So it's just coincidence that uh, this part of the storyline overlaps what we're already dealing with. So, but yeah, the port town is in lockdown. No ships are coming in or definitely leaving to the mainland. So yeah, we made our way there. It was a 3 day trip. I was able to finally utilize, but I mean, obviously, my my cart and my pony shoe and my falcon falcor. So had those in my character creation, but I treated them as NPCs. So just definitely left them at Elskar. So I'll probably be doing the same here at the port and leaving shoe at the stables and just paying rent per day. And right now, yeah, my Falcar is on a mission for Quintus to deliver a message to one of his teachers. So I'm not sure if he's going to deliver the message or probably hit another what you call it, a pigeon messaging center, and it's probably going to drop from center to center. So that might be the case, but we'll see if Falcor is going to make the entire trip region. So we are at the very south of the map where the island is located. So I think this message needs to go head way up north in Game of Thrones version. We know where north that colden region of the map is. So, but yeah, that's where that trip is being. So yeah, we got to our basically our let's see, password here. Oh, we really spent a lot of time here. Let's turn that off. So we had, yeah. So that's what, like I said, we went village elder, went through that, did a final tour of Elsgard until, yeah. So this whole session was all RP. Quintus had Quintus had a message that he sent way back in the campaign that finally arrived, saying that his family, and like I said, this is gonna be all spoilers. So if you haven't watched the last 13 episodes, so please do. But like I said, these recaps are all spoilers. So he just found out his family business is bottom up. They are broke. They are bankrupt, and yeah, he is fresh out of cash, except for the reward that we received from Lady Celia of 500 gold pieces each, which is significant. Which is probably pocket change for Quintus, but yeah, he's gonna need to really budget that. And for Jade, then it's like he can really make that last for the entire chapter one, right? But anywho, he's. I'm hoping to upgrade my cart into either a carriage or a light wagon. So, but obviously, Shu is a pony, so he has his limits. So we're gonna see what he's able to pull. So, but yeah, so that's what this conversation was all about. Okay, and this was like I said, the next two sessions were all RPs, so there's no combat involved. I talked to Lady Celia on my report and finding because we were both members, or she was a former member who became the village elder of the World Walker Guild, which is basically a guild that specializes in it's an adventurous guild. So we kind of do like mapping, uh, finding more about the area, the terrain, doing small commission works and whatnot. And like I said, I'm still Jane's probably still a gumshoe in the organization, while Lady Celia reached mithril rank, which is probably I think one of the top ranks in the guild. So he does have a lot of high respect for her, and basically the person to have a personal conversation regarding what he has experienced on this quest that they were on. So he he thinks the mystery maiden is immortal. He did share his theory that she may have been a fuel source for the blight, which is not confirmed, which is a theory. So obviously, I was going with the terms of the first the first episode or first movie of the Matrix, where obviously the human race was kept alive for the machines because we were an unlimited supplies of batteries. So that's what I was going on because immortals, they can live for hundreds to thousands of years, going through the different eras, going through different apocalypse calamities, and unfortunately reform, relive, and see civilization start from scratch again. So with that kind of life source, that unlimited life source can possibly be utilized as energy for to power this blight. So that was my theory on it. So yeah, just conspiracy theories. So yeah, we basically met up, said goodbyes to a few people. Yuna saying goodbye to Caitlin, Lady Celia giving Yuna, who's this is like I said the first time actually visiting um, would like to say a human or humanoid a city, which this one is just a village. So obviously, a village compared to a town, a city, or a port town is huge. So Lady Celia gave her clothing to be a little bit more presentable, and also gave her advice just to be prepared with the sheer mass of this. Obviously, if, for Yuna, who has not experienced this yet, will obviously, yeah, will definitely will s- see an eye-opening experience when we finally get there. So yeah, we did that one, and I think we finally reached after 3 days of travel. I left shoe at the stables here. I think one silver piece a day. All right, and yeah, I'll probably be parking him there for this entire trip. So of chapter one. So just reaching the gates here, and obviously the sheer size of this main gate was already eye-opening for her. So imagine when the gates finally open and she sees the town within, and obviously for us being used to the Elsgard map, this thing is effing huge. So this is just one segment of it. There's a lot more. I will have to zoom out. Like I was having to zoom out a lot. So obviously there's beach fronts. This is probably half the map. There's more to the north there. Definitely more to the east, right? So we were told to the guards. We received. We were given a letter from Celia to take to the guildmaster in Tier. So I gave that letter to the guards. They gave me directions. They also gave us direction to lodge. Let's say lodge, more like kind of a brothel house. But yeah, so yeah, we made our way there first, and kind of like yeah, didn't really know what to expect until we got in, and definitely saw a lot of these pretty looking people inside. Obviously, besides Yuna, and I know probably Jade was very uncomfortable with it, but yeah, we basically kind of like entered, and it's like we are we are in the wrong place, but at the same time, we don't want to be rude. We're obviously, well, we're already obviously looking like we're in the wrong crowd, but obviously, definitely didn't want to walk in there and just walk out. So, kind of had a little conversation with. Gotta pull up the list of NPCs here. So yeah, hopefully soon that these are gonna be a little bit shorter. So I really want to play. I bought a game today, and I'm itching to just try it out just before our session. So stay tuned. Once again, you might see this because obviously this is only once a week. I don't have other tabletop games in between our Saturday sessions. So I definitely want some sort of tabletop game to play. And obviously, because of COVID, Obviously, there's no local gatherings or renting a GM or to have my fix, right? So yeah, basically talking to Madame Eleanor here, as you guys can see here on the map, who's at the bar on the raids and whatnot. Yuna was fancied by lady, I think her name was Shan Charity. What did I put? I don't know why I put clarity in my notes, but I think it's Charity, and was watching her play. So this is where we kind of end off on episode uh, 13 here at here, and definitely a really awkward place to. And obviously, there's a lot more to it. So I think yeah, there is not much more. So we kind of ended it up here. Jumping into episode 14 now, which is Welcome Home Jade. Yeah, we did a little bit more RP. So we did not, we asked for the price of the lodging per night, but then we also, we just said we'll come back after we visit the World Walkers Guild, which is basically just right there next door. This is where, which is, we were, which is tavern was called the Moaning Sirens. So yeah, enough said on the description. But yeah, so we did head off to the World Walkers Guild where we met the guild master. Let's see if we can fast forward there. Love RP. So here we go. So we met the guild master here. See if we can find a portrait, but he's a really big man. Really, I don't know if the term flamboyant, but let's just say he definitely had a lot of energy and a lot of pep. So hopefully, like I said, I am hopefully playing a lot more streaming so I can get the right terminology for you. Well, I definitely can. Come on, let's see if I had. Nope. Alright, well, looks like I do not have a character. Alright, so yeah, we had talked to the guildmaster Fabio de Santes on the letter we gave to him from Cilia that we're looking for this sage who knows more of a certain group, I guess, of heroes. So he definitely sent out messages out to hopefully find and track this person. But at this moment, there are no there's no task that he required from my group, and basically we kind of had ended up in a standstill there that there was no what was our next move. So he did mention and gave recommendations to lodge at the Moaning Siren. So that's where we typically ended up going back to. So as you guys can see, we just made our way back here. Definitely wanted to put our stuff away. Definitely plan our next move, in which we would say touring the city for the day. Um, and yeah, made our way back there. Apparently, each character besides Quintus, because I think we didn't do a real perception check, but we're probably. Oh, I'm probably under the assumption that that news that he received back was very troublesome. So he definitely did not interact too much with the group or the I guess you could say residents of this establishment. So he basically went back to got a room and just stayed there for the most part, and probably like I said, had a session with Jade to send Falcor on a message run to Quintus, one of Quintus' teachers, because I think apparently because of what happened to the family business that they had to lay off a lot of people or let go a lot of people. So I think Quintus is trying to apologize that either because of that or a certain incident that he feels he feels bad that his teacher was had to be let go. So he gave part of the 500 gold pieces that he received from as reward for helping Elsgard. He gave one one mithril piece, which is 100 gold pieces, to his teacher. So if you do happen to see a falcon flying in the air, please do not shoot it down to get the gold, please. Jade has a really close attachment to his falcon, so hopefully it's gonna be utilized in the future when I get certain builds for Jade's put together. But like I said, well, like I said, it's really tough these last two sessions because it was all RP. And as much as I like this, I like RP over shopping episodes. So because like I said, Jade really doesn't. I mean, he doesn't wear armor. He doesn't wear weapons besides the potions, the bomb making that he has. That's all he doesn't have to enchant or upgrade his weaponry. So he has no, yeah, really no need to utilize it in this. But basically more of shopping for ingredients, being also a chef, because it's probably one of the duties at the monastery he was from. So it all kind of works together. Just hopefully not mix alchemy ingredients with the cooking. That would be very bad. So, but yeah, it's yeah, that's pretty much all the shopping that he needs to do. So this session was good. A lot of stuff were told. Evie definitely had a session with Eleanor. Um, you guys gotta watch that one because yeah, it had its high moments, it had its low moments, and uh, yeah, there was a lot to digest there, right? So especially um, who Evie represents, which is the Grey Maiden. So there was a lot of history that was uncovered in this episode. So you guys should go check that out. There's once again a link to episode 14 in the description if you are in the YouTube or if you are on Facebook. I know Twitch doesn't really have the descriptions in there. I believe I could be wrong, but yeah, just check. Like I said, the links head over to the YouTube channel. So if you're from the Twitch, then obviously you can watch the past episodes in the videos there. So, but yeah, it was a lot of RP. So basically, yeah, we did a lot of that here, and that's pretty much all that we can say on this episode. So we did spend the night there. Um, Chantal had a fancy. Oh, is it Clarity. Hmm, really gotta really find her name here. But we'll find out once I get in the game. So I'll try my very best to take notes as much as possible. And Troy, that you can probably see here, who's upside down. I don't know if he's doing Brazilian martial arts there, but he had a fancy with Evie, and unfortunately for Jade, Devin had a fancy with Jade, or basically is looking after Jade. So to Jade, obviously, they probably understand what's going on there, but uh, he's definitely taking no notice for it. He's just treating Devin as kind of a concierge. So obviously, like I said, there's a Jade compared to in the prologue section or the yearly episodes. Jade's a little bit more vocal and more active on the session, probably because of that explosion that life is too short, and he was very close to dying. That so he's kind of like taking it upon himself to definitely not become off track and just wait on sidelines. So like I said, luckily his teammates all had the same mission and decided to also not the work a company, but then like I said, we're heading to the same place, so let's travel together. So obviously Jade has for him, he's representing the World Walkers Guild, so that's his priority, and it just happens to be. And his traveling companions have joined him on this trip, to each their own. So, like I said, they have their own missions as well, but we have the same location, so that's where for now we have stuck together. So kind of like let's see how much RP we are doing here. We will be ending this up very soon. So we had the kind of like one tab on the stage, but separate tabs on the beverages. So I do not want to pay. Jay definitely does not drink, but he definitely doesn't want to be paying for if the food bill starts to rise up. So I and Jade had our session here. So before the group retired, Jade went to visit someone from his past. So basically, the backstory of Jade was he lived here with his mother, but unfortunately, they wanted to make his mother wanted to have a fresh start somewhere else, and I think I'm gonna go with the backstory of, especially she's a very skilled ranger that she wanted to find work at the land of Tor, I believe. Uh, Find work there and bring Jade there, and obviously they jumped on a passenger ship to head over there. To unfortunately, it didn't make its way there until being boarded by pirates, and fearing the safety of her son Jade, who finally revealed his real name, which is oh god, Ilario. God, I'm trying to remember my own character's name. Uh, you know, um, reveal his real name, or his given name, which is Ilario, uh, to the person obviously he was going to visit. Um, but yeah, revealing his real name to to the not to the group, but out of character, right? So yeah, she's Jade's mother put him on a life raft with, I believe, enough essentials, and sent him off while she and any survivors on the ship battled the pirates. So that's pretty much the last time he saw her, and through the intense heat or exhaustion or whatnot, however long he was out on seas, he his life raft was discovered by a fisherman and his daughter. That I guess the life raft was heading back towards the port town of Tyr. So this is the person. This is the person that he was hoping to visit. Was he Terry, and who he definitely regards as a father figure, and his daughter is Jade's or Hilario's. I guess you could say sister, but obviously, he developed a crush for her. So Terry's daughter Jane. So we'll probably uncover why Jade had to leave with his master. Is that because when Jade was probably 7 when all this has happened, then he spent a good portion above 11 years. I guess let's just say he was 18 with Terry and Jane. So he kind of grew up with Jane, and they were always off, helping them, help them on the fishing aspect. But when they were back in town, obviously going off adventures and whatnot together, and basically grew up together. And then there was a situation on one of their adventures that Jade found himself in a bad situation, and let's just say Jane pushed Ilario uh, out of the way, but became, obviously the recipient of um, uh, what has happened, which basically caused her to become in a coma uh, for who knows how long. So that was definitely who he was hoping to visit. So when he finally found and relocated, obviously, like you said, this he's coming back almost 2 decades, because obviously the life of a monk, you have to really commit to that. So obviously, don't want to get too ahead. So basically, so when Jane got unconscious, so basically, and obviously they're not a rich. Uh, Terry and his daughter were definitely not rich. I mean, they probably made made it work with the fish that they sold at the market, but definitely not something that they could definitely become rich for. So obviously, they tried their very best to you know tend to Jane's medical needs, and Jade, you know, having so much love for Jane, just did what he can, legal or illegally, to 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 help Jane out. So I mean, unfortunately, one of his things kind of cross the path of, let's just say, the the local thugs, the hooligans or whatnot from that caused him, basically to almost become in a bad situation himself, beaten and bruised, and almost becoming left for dead in some alleyway in Tyr before his a monk, uh, which he will now regard as his master, happened to come by and definitely save Hilario from these guys. So obviously, yeah, I mean, he was able to bring Jade back to Terry, and obviously, it's just Terry already has to deal with uh, his daughter being in a coma and whatnot, and obviously his master was very well knowledge as a monk, and was able to put some remedies, some alchemy or whatnot together to keep Jane in some sort of suspended animation, or just keep her conditions from deteriorating even further. So yeah, it's she, he was able to stabilize Jane, but obviously she's still in the coma, and definitely wasn't probably awakened from this. So obviously Ilario was very impressed and of what has happened here, and he's going through a lot because, like I said, he already lost his mother at the age of 7, and now he's about to lose someone that is you know lose Jane, who's someone who's very special to him. So it definitely he definitely wants to be stronger to protect the people he loves and cares. So learning what this traveling monk was able to do, so he made it kind of his mission to learn more to how to help Jane with the herbalist, herbalism and the alchemy that his masters all be able to do, and also at the same time be able to defend himself and become stronger uh, in a fight, like his master was able to just give these hooligans a run for their money. So it's kind of like the Karate Kid story going on there. So yeah, that's like I said. Most definitely, he decided to go with him, but obviously, to his surprise, it is a commitment. So he kind of like spent a good 15 years at the monastery. A couple first 2 years just grunt work, learning, helping out in the kitchen. Obviously, so that's where he got his chef talents, and then obviously helping garner ingredients and learning herbalism and alchemy at the monastery. Obviously, alchemy, obviously I think not yet confirmed with my GM, but obviously the monastery needs their income too. So basically, selling fireworks to the local nearby cities or towns. So for, I guess, festivals and events. So that's probably where he learned his alchemy. So yeah. So after, I guess, 2 years of that, he was officially granted um, status to start training the martial arts portion of uh, the the monk life, I guess. The a monk life there, but then also obviously the martial art portion of his time there. So spent about 15 years doing that to become a student teacher. But to his demise, that his master wasn't able to didn't show up or return from another travel. That he ended up, finding out, going out to search for his master. So that's kind of where brought him out of the journey, and then to make it more easier for him to fund his journey, and at the same time, or fund his expedition, and at the same time search for his master and learn more of alchemy and herbalism from the terrain. He joined the World Walkers Guild and been serving them at the same time, going from town to town, city to city, or areas to learn more and to help find solutions to get Jane out of her coma, and at the same time, hopefully find his master on his travels. So, but yeah, so like I said, now like I said, fast forward, he was to the prologue. You can watch all 13 episodes there, and we're here. Jade's about to visit Terry uh, at the where they used to live, and he finds an old man because obviously 20 years have passed. More than 20 years have passed since the last time he visited them, and obviously he was more on the mainland during this time that before being issued to head to the island of eternal light to which was a prologue that yeah he an old man has opened the door. Obviously he removed his mask to hopefully show that he became, he grew up, he became stronger, and hopefully still has his facial features to be recognized, which he was good. So yeah, he was able to meet his I guess foster dad and catch up with him a little bit before finally finding out from him that Jane woke up 2 years after he left. So it was like it was, at the same time, it really sucked that he could have spent the last 20 plus years with her, right? But definitely, you definitely want to know that she's alive and she's living her life. But yeah, she woke up 2 years after he left, and Terry just told her that she moved on and decided to do her own thing, and hopefully, ask Jade, ask Hilario to, you know, uh, find her on his travels, and hopefully, tell her to come home and visit him at least once in a while. So yeah, I mean, you know, one thing, it sucks that he's 2 decades went by that he wasn't able to spend with her, but at the same time, You know, he's happy that this there's not this huge gap where obviously, you know, probably the last time they saw each other they were teenagers. So at least he's became an adult, so to speak, and getting experience of what's happening to date. So yeah, I mean, Jade's definitely gonna spend the nights with Terry and their house. Like I said, Jade does not fancy the being a monk, living with Terry, and then definitely does not fancy the, like, the the comforts, which, well, the moaning sirens giving, but he does respect that him and his companions are there, so he is still gonna pay his tab, and have the dinner with them, lunch or dinner with them, but also, yeah, he needs to catch up with Terry, and definitely with the money the 500 goals that he earned from Alsgard, that he definitely wants to help around and fix up the living conditions of Terry and what he once called home. So which is probably on the outskirts of, of the port town. So I think, like I said, the beach that you guys saw here. Da, 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 da. Let's see if we can get that. So somewhere around here, right where he's staying. So yeah, basically we had kind of had a dinner here, and talked to Troy and Charity on our next move. Basically, our next move. This is the next day was to day two of tier was to find more answers. So for Jade, he uh, took note that the cities is trying to find a way to end this pandemic in their, well, sorry, this lockdown, people getting sick in their town. So he's gonna be visiting, I guess you can call city hall, or visit the mayor's house and find out if there's any way that he can help so that they can lift the lockdown so that ships can finally leave for the mainland, or leave the port. So yeah, definitely got an appointment there. Uh, visit them the next day. And that's definitely his mission. So, but yeah, once again, uh, everyone had their own mission. We definitely here, me and Quintus had our talk once again to have a message sent to his teacher to and give him some funds to help him through. All right, so had a little close there. Not what you guys would think, but like I said, he basically stood watch. I guess in a creep. Well, it's his. I guess it's his job as I don't know the term companion, to look after Evie's needs. So let's see. And yeah, this is, like I said, around the 3:30 portion of it, where there's a lot to digest here. So you definitely need to check out Evie and her conversation with Eleanor on the history of the Grey Maidens. So definitely a lot to digest here. Right. So definitely did not want to give a spoiler there. So yeah, let's see what else was here. So yeah, definitely have breakfast after day two. So me and Quintus were having breakfast together. Charity was looking after Yuna, and then I guess Evie slept in because she had a really late night with Eleanor. And we were basically having our next plans. So kind of got a little kind of got sidetracked here. We were supposed to have a conversation during dinner, but then it ended up like we were kind of planning out what everyone was doing for the day. So and it kind of headed into that and having a conversation. So what actually? So for Jade, he wanted to find out more from. He stopped by the World Walkers Guild to find out what like any news or anything that he can help around there, which there were still none. So ended up heading out to City Hall to find out if he can help, and then he was able to get an appointment with the mayor of, of Tier, so to visit in day three. So and then he just finished off the day so far to at the library to learn more on just to learn more in general, and then have dinner with his companions, and then sleep over at Terry's place. Quintus, at the same time, we just had more. Had more more tweaks to be done on his armor. So he spent most of his day there, then heading to the library. I think Evie wanted to spend more time finding out a little bit more on her conversation with Eleanor about the Grey Maidens. So she headed straight to the library after having, I believe, breakfast or brunch. Now, unfortunately, if you guys been following Yuna, obviously her experience with humans, or her experience with civilizations after growing up most of her life in her jungle, that obviously you can't leave her by herself. So unfortunately, because that everything was fast forward and we did not have our conversation for breakfast, that Yuna ended up taking a tour of Pier to venture the mass size of it. Obviously, Charity has not you know spent a lot of time with Yuna on her unexperience of the world, and her dealings with uh, other people, that there's a huge chance of her being taken advantage of. But it's already happening, so definitely cannot turn around. So she, I mean, for Cherry, she gave Yuna directions to visit the beach, visit other areas of the town. Here, also visited the marketplace, and obviously, you do not see her kind, which is the Leshy. Her You don't see her race often in cities, so uh, unfortunately, this time of in the era, she is more of a commodity. So I would like to say a slaver caught interest of her, and through a series of events, um, captured her and I guess took uh, him and his companions took her to their base of operations. So and yeah, I mean, while this was all happening, of course, Jade, Quintus, and Evie were at the library. So I mean, for Jade, he would have asked Yuna to accompany them if she wanted a tour of the city. But yeah, that didn't happen, so we can't really turn back time. Or another one was pay Devin to just to spy or follow Yuna around town. So, anyways, yeah, really can't turn around time. So, obviously, this has all happened, and we kind of end the session right there where she was captured without her weapons, without her equipment, and we were supposed to have an RP of that starting of this one, but actually, KitKat and GM Lexxo had that session played out during the weekday. I believe it was either Wednesday or Tuesday that they had that separate, I believe, 4 to 5 hour session. So obviously there was no spoil. It was a private. It was a private session. So between the two, it was not streamed on KitKat's Twitch account or Twitch channel, and we were definitely were uh, not coming on the Discord channel while they were having their session out of respect of that. So definitely we'll find out more on that later tonight. So yeah, it's happening later tonight at 4:15 to 9:15 p.m. PST. I have 2 hours and 50 minutes to get ready for that, but I am playing. Hopefully, playing a new game. So yeah, let's pull it up here. Hopefully, oh, okay. I definitely did not want to do that. So this is kind of like my friends. Uh, all right, let us exit that one. Okay, sorry. So the game's called. I want to open the Twitch. Oh, there you go. Oh, where'd it go? So it's called Celesta, and I was hoping it was multiplayer, but unfortunately, it is single player right there, which is okay. I mean, I'm already hoping to join something, but you know, with everything proceeding forward, and hopefully we're out of this pandemic by the end of the year, that I can go live. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like almost the same as playing. There's dice rolls here. There's character sheets and whatnot. This is just part of the, I guess, storyline. It's not just all just fighting. I guess there is a dungeon, a dungeon map creator, so you can create your own dungeon map and make choices here that will affect your character. So it looks like a pretty awesome game. It's recommended, so I'm hoping to see. And then you can roll for persuasion and whatnot. So obviously this is not the Unbound system, but obviously just obviously making the choice and whatnot, it's all the same. So I'm hoping to play that, and then at the same time in between, you can have a travel and then stuff happen between your travel to the next city, right? So you can choose, I guess. So 2 hour, 2 day duration. You and your partner making their trip. I guess something happened in between. I guess you, okay. Well, they didn't start the battle, so they moved forward. Guess they avoided. And this is yeah, this is what I guess the gameplay looks like with you and your companion. So I don't know if I can change their name. We'll see. That'd be nice. I'll call them our current campaign. Right? But it's really nice to play this game on the other 6 days with my teammates. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to trying it out a bit today before we head out into our live session. So obviously in ours we have a little bit more on the stats with this, I guess classic D&D character sheet layout, but for us we have 9 stats. So with the other things more, so body, mind, and soul. So so 3 more extra. All right, let's close that. So this is what it looks like. So you guys check it out. I think it's going for 39.99 Canadian. So in the Steam, and I bought some support. So uh, some more added downloaded content. So this looks pretty cool. I mean, this, like I said, this is one of the things. Movement, bonus action. You can see here, and here I guess you can do customization, utilize the terrain. So it's not all in a, I guess you could call 2D aspect. So and yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it out. Probably help me through the other 6 days. And yeah, it looks like there's gonna be an update on the sorcerer class. So I'm hoping my monk class or is there.
Stay hidden. They're here.
Just really got a little cutscenes, so which is awesome. So it's not pure just combat that you have a little story, and I guess because it's single, then obviously you got they need other stuff to keep you uh, engaged with it with the storyline. Then here you can see what you can see, how you can be seen, right? Being utilizing the shadows, utilizing the corners, utilizing the terrain, uncovering new areas, which is yeah, that's just I find pretty awesome, right? So yeah, definitely check that out. I'm gonna be streaming in a short bit. Like I said, today's my wife's birthday party, so hopefully um, pop into uh, with family members here and there. So yeah, definitely. Like I said, thank you so much for joining. Hopefully, we'll see you in episode 15. Where is Yuna? Which unfortunately we still don't know because we don't know she's disappeared. So we'll see what happened from our travel back to the Moaning Sirens and what has transpired while she was kidnapped with the 5 or so hour session that they had during the weekdays. So, but yeah, looking forward to seeing you all later tonight. And yeah, I'm definitely itching to get back and start developing Jade once again. Yeah, probably with all the art. I'm commissioning a third art again. So in relations to Jade's current build, which is more of movement and utilizing the terrain. So hopefully at the hopefully, like I said, prior to keep Jade alive. So his defenses, his dodge AC is very good already. So hopefully, and then he's able to heal about 30 times with various things that items that they were able to get in the adventure. So like I said, Jade's their mobile medic. So hoping to utilize that hopefully later tonight. So all right, I'll end it there. Once again, like I'm hoping not to have these sessions more than an hour, probably 30 minutes, and definitely yeah, spend those that 1 hour in gameplay and probably getting a lot more stuff done at home. But yeah, we'll catch you later tonight, and I wish you all a wonderful weekend. Take good care.